All right. Hey, everyone. Sorry about that. I had a technical issue. Uh, I think that I'm doing really well with technology, and then that happened. So I was all ready for you, and then I just kind of bopped out of my own feed. All right. So here we are, Tuesday. I hope you all had a great long weekend. I hope you were able to enjoy some downtime and appreciate the freedoms that we share and have because of our veterans who have gone before us. So, thank you to those that have served and are currently serving, and to those families that their family paid the ultimate sacrifice. We appreciate you. So, now just thinking into this, for those of you that have just started joining me, I decided 2 weeks ago to go through a revision surgery, but not just any revision. This is a surgery. I'm in Arizona. This surgery will be out in Boston. It will be through collaboration with MIT and with Mass General, Dr. Hugh Herr and Dr. Matthew Carty. And it is, quite frankly, it's a very cool thing, but I wasn't totally sold on doing it unless there was some underlying reason why I should open myself up, because quite frankly, I have been doing pretty good as an amputee. I have not gone unscathed. There has been issues, of course, with my leg, and pains are there every day. And this last fall, I had a lot that really surfaced, where every night I'd go to bed and I'd be in pain for anything I did throughout the day. I am an amputee, above knee amputee that does wear her leg from the moment she gets up to the moment she goes to bed. And I really do beat the crap out of my leg, but that was the reason why I did the amputation, because I went from being really, really active to an injury in my knee that I couldn't overcome. And I spent 5 years of multiple surgeries trying to fix it, only to make it worse every single time. So this surgery that I'm getting prepared for, I decided, just like my amputation, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I had plenty of time prior to the surgery to think about it, to prepare for it. And when I say prepare, first and foremost, mentally and emotionally prepare for it. But that was more the amputation. This one, yes, that part, but it's actually heavily preparing physically for it on this trip. So I wanted to actually get on, and I wanted to I'm going to take you through the journey. So right now it's a little bit of just the whole mental and physical preparation prior to it. I got 2 more weeks, and then I will be in the throes of being at MIT, working in their lab for several days, going to physical therapy, back to the lab, have some appointments at the hospital, talking with the doctor before my surgery, which is June 20th. And then after that, I want to take you through my healing process and the back and forth, because we're only going to be there for a couple weeks. And then I'm going to come back home. And then I go back in 2 weeks for suture removal, hopefully, and then back home. And then 2 weeks later, go back to MIT or to Boston for a 6 week checkup. And then that's followed by a 6 month lab work and 12-month lab work at MIT to see if what they did actually made a difference. So I think we're doing a little pre-testing before the surgery and then post-testing. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I'm only going for 2 weeks versus what we thought was going to be a month. And so I thought the best way to prep myself is two things I can do now, and that's get physically as strong as I possibly can. So getting to the gym, trying to get to the gym, and eating well, and pulling back on drinking wine and having alcohol on the weekends or whatever. So I'm trying to clean up my body and make it strong. I mean, that seems the best thing to do. However, last week I just hurt my back, my lower back really bad, and I don't stop using my leg. I continue to stay in my leg because I don't want to get weaker because of my back. I need to push through it. So I'm a push through the pain kind of girl. And so it has been tough, like little things, getting out of bed, just trying to use my abs to pull myself up, hard. Trying to put my leg on because I am a skin fit. So I pull down on my socket, the sock that's in it, and up with my leg to kind of shimmy that in and out. And even feeding the dogs, like leaning over to feed the dogs is so grueling. So I have had a new vision that I've had to deal with, and that is take your time and heal well because you definitely don't want to go into surgery with a weak back. And so I have not been doing much, but I will say on a bright side, I think it's getting better. Today feels so much better. It's still there. It is still weak. So I'm going to give myself at least another 24 hours. And then I'm hoping to be able to get back to the gym tomorrow. And just to cement that, I decided to take on a 100-mile challenge that I want done before my surgery. Because why not push through as much as you can? So, if you are ever dealing with something like this, the things you can do is you need to heal up. I feel like our bodies tell us when we need to slow down. And even though I really wasn't doing a lot, my body decided that didn't like what I did. So, okay, I took that time then to start prepping and planning what I would be eating the next few weeks and what I needed to do packing wise. Because one thing I never really was thinking about was when I go out to Boston in June for the surgery, I will go out on 2 legs. But 2 weeks after surgery and with all the reconstruction that is gonna be happening, I won't fit in the socket anyways, and I can't put a socket on until my incision is healed. So, I've gotta figure out how to get my very expensive leg back with me in a carry-on case because I won't put it on checked bags because I don't want it stolen. So I'm now starting to formulate all the things that I will possibly need while I'm out there. And even my husband said, "What are you going to do about a wheelchair? Because right after surgery and you getting dismissed from the hospital, we're going to be there for a week. What are you going to do? Do you think they have a wheelchair we can borrow?" So I'm kind of hoping on that. So I have asked questions about that and what I need to do, how it will come to healing, and how do I get around Boston, or at least when I'm not crutching, what can we do so my husband isn't worried about me falling on a fresh incision? Because I know people that have gone through that, and there is nothing worse than busting open the sutures to go back in for an emergency surgery. So we do not want that. So that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, just trying to get a grip on all of the things that I want to get done, people I want to see before I go. Around here in Arizona, everyone kind of leaves for the summer. And so, a lot of my friends won't be around by the time I get back. So I want to make sure that I get to see them and take care of my dogs while I've got them because it's going to break my heart to leave them for 2 weeks and get over to see my horses when I can. So that's where I'm at right now. The back is doing better, thank goodness. It's only a matter of time. And I know that every time when something like that happens, it will come to an end. I always tell the other ladies and people that I talk to that if you're going through something now, it will end. It's not going to last forever. But when you're in the throes of it, it's really hard to deal with pain that is disabling. And so I will keep you posted on how things are going. I'm waiting to hear back from some people. I do have a Zoom call next week with Dr. Huger himself, just so I can talk a little bit about bionic skins and a company that he has created that does three-dimensionally printed sockets or liners that actually are meant for your body based on your biometrics. And I'm also hoping to get Dr. Matthew Carty on for a podcast on my other YouTube channel, Be a Warrior 360 podcast. And so he can talk to you all about what the AMI procedure is and what he's actually going to do when he goes in there. So you guys have a great week. I will jump on if I get some new information or anything crazy happens. But until then, remember, one leg is enough.